Yes, guys, how is everyone? Welcome in. Hope you're all doing well. Oh, I do apologise, guys. I do apologise. Yeah, how is everyone, man? How are we all? I hope we're all doing well on this Wednesday evening. Sorry, I haven't been done a show much earlier today. I do apologise because it's been my daughter's birthday, so. Yeah, my daughter had her 5th birthday today, so that's why I'm going live a little later than I originally planned. But I hope everyone's doing good, man. I hope everyone's doing good. Big up everyone in chat, though. Big up my man Sean, Pavan, VDR, Total Clips, Asim, Alex. Yeah, AI picks, man. AI picks are ruling at the moment for thumbnails. Ain't gonna lie. They've got some good thumbnail ideas, so you know what I'm saying, man. Big up Archie as well. Hope you're doing good. I do apologise for the shadow. I have no idea. Well, 1 second. Let me see if I can get rid of this shadow. There you go. A little bit better anyway. The shadow's doing my nut. Appreciate Archie. Appreciate guys. Yeah, she had a good birthday, man. She had a good birthday. She's all asleep now, though, so she's passed out. She had a good time. Appreciate it, love. Thank you very much, guys. I will pass it on to her. And yeah, she had a good one. Liverpool had a good one as well yesterday. Liverpool beating Real Madrid, eh? Who would have thought? The mighty Reds are back, are they? We're going to chat about it. Beating Real Madrid 1-0. Should have been a lot more. Big up to everyone who did join me on the watch along on Big Up. I appreciate you all. You know that. Thank you very much if you did join me. Much love to you guys. Yeah, man. Absolutely fantastic result for Liverpool against Real Madrid, a game that everyone was worried about. We're going to talk about more of that in detail. Arne Slot situation. A lot of people coming for me because my previous comments about Arne Slot, which I feel I was in the right to say at the time. And as I always said, you know, if he proves me wrong, I'll be the happiest man in the world. So we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, make sure you're hitting the likes, guys. Make sure you're hitting the shares and subscribes and all that. And get yourself involved in the live chat if you're watching right now. Yeah, get yourself involved in the live chat. It's a great community over here. We're trying to build just a great Liverpool community, you know, where we could just talk about Liverpool and stuff like that. So, yeah, make sure you join in as well, guys. I'd love to read out your comments today. Appreciate the happy birthday to the daughter, guys, in the chat. Thank you very much. Bit of FC Shankly as well. Happy birthday to your granddaughter tomorrow, my friend. Jamie obviously saw out Captain dressing down Rooney. Hilarious. Yeah. The Van Dijk interview, where he was talking with Wayne Rooney next to him. Yeah, big up Virgil, man. Standing on business, what I like. Yeah, man. I love it all, man. Love it all. But yeah, look. Again, I'm just living in the moment and taking one game at a time at the moment and being happy with that. You know, I'm not, with the Villa result, happy with the Villa result, happy with what I saw and the way we played. One game at a time scenario, yeah? We go off to Real Madrid, a game I think a lot of us were fearing. You know, a week or so ago when I knew Real Madrid was coming up, I was fearing the worst. I ain't going to lie. You know, the way we've been defending lately. Up against like Vinny, Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe, you know. I think, a lot of us are rightly feeling for the worst. And, then feelings started to go away after about the 20-minute mark in that game yesterday. That game yesterday, again, with the Villa result, I saw an improvement in tactics. And in this game yesterday, I saw an even bigger improvement in tactics. There's some things I really loved how we played yesterday. And I don't want it to be a one-off. This is how I want us to carry on at times. You know, the way we played yesterday. And we're going to get stuck into it. Let's just go right into it now. Big up the chat. As I say, get involved in the chat, man. I'd appreciate everyone. I read out as much of your comments as I can when I see them scrolling past. If I can pick them out, I'll pick them out. Sometimes I'm just if I'm full go chatting to you guys, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just, in the moment. Yeah, there was a lot of things about yesterday's game that I really liked. A lot of individual performances that I absolutely loved. my right back doing things to Real Madrid that only my right back can do. And I predicted it as well, by the way. You know, I think it was on Monty's show. I said, you know, Conor Bradley will have a man of the match performance against Real Madrid. You know, it's for the big moments. The one thing I will start with this, yeah. Here's the one thing I'm very glad that the manager kept with. He kept with the same back four. This is something I was talking about. This is something I was talking about the other day before the Real Madrid game with the build-up. I wanted the same back four to play. No matter if people rate them players or what. That back four kept a clean sheet against Aston Villa. That back four for me had to play against Real Madrid. That back four just kept a clean sheet against Real Madrid. That back four has to play against Manchester City. It's as simple as that. That's how I'm looking at it right now. We need to get ourselves set offensively. Marmadashvili looks better every game he plays because he's playing behind a settled back four. Hence, Marmadashvili's looking better. You know, things like this make a difference. Ekitike is not about it right now. Big up Splash 27. Ekitike is not about life right now at left back for Liverpool. Robbo is fantastic. You know, Robbo is fantastic. I don't know why Robbo was brought out of the team anyway. As everyone knows who watches me, I'm a big Robbo fan. I think Andy Robinson's been excellent. Needs to keep his position at left back. He's playing like the Andy Robinson of old at the moment. And why would you take Robbo out of this team? I wouldn't. He's crazy. He knows what to do. He's got the professional. He's professional. He's mature. He understands the tactics, the system, the gameplay. Keep him in the team. Conor Bradley. I keep saying this about Conor Bradley. I've always liked Conor Bradley. I've always stood on my own with this. You know, with the Conor Bradley situation. I feel like Calvin Ramsey could be a very good right back for Liverpool as well, with his technical ability. I look at them two right now as our right backs, and Frimpong more of an attacking, you know, right midfielder, right winger in our setup right now. But I'm looking at the way we're going to play going forward. I think Calvin Ramsey and Conor Bradley suit that right back position right now. And with Conor Bradley, I knew he'd have a good game, man. The thing with Conor Bradley, yeah, Kirkes. What did I say? Did I say Ekitike? I meant Kirkes if I said Ekitike. I always get them mixed up. Yeah, Kirkes. Conor Bradley just needs more games in a row. You know, Conor Bradley, he's a good footballer. He's a good player. You don't perform how he did against Real Madrid without being a very good player. You know, he just needs games in a row. I just need Conor Bradley to play 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row. Just keep playing Conor Bradley. He gets better at it. He gets, you know, more experience. The thing that's Conor Bradley's let down is his injuries, and his body lets him down most of the time. You know, Conor Bradley will play 3 or 4 games in a row. He's starting to get into a bit of form. People start talking about him, and then he gets an injury. You don't see him for 6 weeks. Someone else comes in. Then he comes back a bit later. You know, he's in and out of bed again through his fitness, and it all goes to shit. I like Conor Bradley. His performance against Real Madrid shows that he can defend and attack and be aggressive and be brave when he needs to be. And that shows there's ability there. Keep with Conor Bradley for the Man City game. Keep with Robbo for the Man City game. Konate's looked world-class in the last few weeks. Konate against Real Madrid I thought was excellent. Virgil was excellent. Marmadashvili was excellent. The back four, for me, has to stay in the back four. You know, the rotation in defence always drives me mad in a way. I always think your back four should play literally every week, if possible. Because you got to have a stable defence. You can't keep rotating in and out all the time. You know, I don't mind every once in a while you do a little bit of rotation there, but occasionally you just got to keep. You just got to keep to that foundation at the back. It's the breathing blocks of building a house. You got to have the right foundations, the right brick, yeah, to build a house that's going to last hundreds of years, yeah, that goes through generations. That's what you need at the back of a defence. You need a defence that is going to be your building blocks to how you play going forward and how you keep clean sheets, and you've got to keep that back four. You know, people might, as I say, people might not like Conor Bradley. Some people will say, "No, Robbo's washed now." But if they keep keeping clean sheets and playing well, I don't care what their name is. I don't care who they're keeping at the team. You keep that back four. And I say, Mohamed Dashidi's looking better for it as well. You know, got to keep them playing, man. Keep them playing. And rotate them at the right time, substitute them at the right times, but keep the foundations. And you'll get better for it, man. I'm telling you. You'll get better at it. This is a good point. LSC Shankly says the team meeting must have told Slot what system they want to prefer to play. And this is the thing about Liverpool. And no matter who the manager is right now and the players that we buy, for whatever reason it is, big up Sawtooth, no matter what it is, Liverpool are best when they're a pressing team playing counter-pressing. Counter-attack, counter-pressing is just in our DNA now. You know, it don't matter if Klopp's the manager, Slot's the manager, it don't matter what players we buy. It suits us. Even the players we have bought, if you look at the players we bought, it suits the pressing game, the counter-pressing game, setting up in a counter-attack system. It suits us. We're more aggressive like that. You know, we're better on the counter-attack. We're better at pressing when we play that system and that style. Now, he tried to do it again. I think it is something he's looking to go back to. It's how Slot played at the first half of last season when Liverpool were scoring goals, playing some nice football, but defensively hard to beat. That's how Slot played. And you saw it against Aston Villa, and then you saw it against Real Madrid, even better. I think, and I'm hoping, that's how we're going to go about things now for the rest of the season. Because I like that style of play we played with. You know, the defence was a little bit deeper. You didn't see Gravenberch marauding forward. Gravenberch stayed much more defensive. Yeah, liked it. You know, both fullbacks, one went, one stayed. They weren't both bombing forward at the same time. It works. Whatever reason it is, it works for Liverpool. You know, he wants us to be, obviously, Slot wants to play total football, the Dutch football, yeah? He wants to play that way. Pep Linders wanted to play that way, yeah? But it never works. We haven't got that. That's not our style. Our style now as Liverpool is this counter-pressing, counter-attack way of playing. We're not a team that builds up play and creates chances through that kind of football. We create chances by pressing. That's how we are. That's in our DNA now. And I just keep it. It works. The proof's in the pudding. Yeah. The proof is there. When Liverpool play that counter-attacking system with counter-pressing, we're a different beast. We're a different team entirely. You know, you look at how we played against Villa and Manchester City and compare it to trying to play this total Dutch way, this total football way we've been playing before that. It's night and day. The players understand it. The players get it more. They know what to do. They want to be aggressive. You know, let the players play the system that benefits them the most. And that's what he's done the last two games. You know, and people come at me about the Slot stuff. And my point has been, you know, in the last two games, I think a lot of people, myself included, that had issue with the way we were playing under the Slot and the Slot out stuff and all that. You know, we had a point. The point's been proven because we've gone back to that more, you know, a little bit quicker. Look at how much quicker we played in the last two games against Villa and Man City, against Villa and Real Madrid. Sorry, we played a lot quicker. We moved the ball a lot quicker. It's not all this slow stuff out from the back. Look how much better Salah's been in the last two games. And I kept saying this. I think Salah was in bad form. Yeah, he was in bad form, but I also think we played too slow to Mo Salah. If you got Mo Salah in your team, you want to get him on the ball quick. You don't want to do 27 passes and eventually pass it to Mo. If Mo's going to play, you want to play quicker, more direct, get straight into him, get him into space. And what do you see the last two games? A better version of Mo Salah. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's where Liverpool have just gone wrong at the beginning of the season. That's what was pissing me off because I was seeing quality players. You know, we've got so many good footballers, guys, and we weren't playing to this. You know, we're trying to get them to do things that they're not totally and utterly comfortable with or, you know, understand too much. You know, all our quality is in attack. Ekitike, Salah, Cody Gakpo, Chiesa, Szoboszlai, McAllister, you know, Wirtz, you know, Florian Wirtz. You know, that's where our quality is. That's where the quality is in that final third. Alexander Isak when he's fit and ready to go. This is where the quality for Liverpool is. So we should play quicker to that quality. You know, this 27 passes, playing it really slow, really slow. Our players want it now. They bang, they want to go, they want to press, they want to hurry, they want to be aggressive, they want to get the ball into space. You know, that's what's in our DNA. That's Liverpool's DNA right now. And we got to play to that a little bit more. And the last two games, that's what we got, man. You know, that's what we got. And hopefully, fingers crossed, this is how we carry on. I don't think there should be any changes against Man City, yeah? For the Man City game, I think Liverpool should play the same 11. Yeah, Man City played a day after us, so we got 1 day's rest more than Manchester City. You know, they got till Sunday now. We played Tuesday, City played today. Plenty of time. Play the same 11 with the same system that you played against Real Madrid. Guys, did you see how tight our midfield and centre-backs were each other? You know, that big hole, as Monts would say, in the middle of our midfield wasn't there. Our midfield was here and our backline was here. There weren't this massive gap in between. You know, it was closer together. So if your midfield and defence is closer together, guess what? You can be aggressive in your press in the midfield, because if you do not win the ball, because your defence and midfield is much closer together, you've got more players around, you're not going to get everyone isolated. Trying to do this pressing right up the field when all 3 midfielders are in the opposition half and you're just leaving Virgil van Dijk and Konate on their own. And if you don't get the press right and you're not aggressive enough, you lose the ball and you're isolated constantly, yeah? But Liverpool yesterday sat back more. They were deeper in their own half at times. The defensive line and midfield line was so much closer together, meaning if they can press and be aggressive, if they don't win the ball, they got spare men. We had spare men in the midfield yesterday for the first time this season, really. We had actually spare men in the midfield picking up loose balls. We won second balls. I actually think... look, I think Slot has now figured out this is the way he's got to play. I think Slot's now figured out this is the way we have to play. You know, no, we can't... guys, in the chat, let me know in the chat, do you think this is the way we should play now for the rest of the season? Put a yes or a no, whatever you think in the chat. Let me know. Do you think the way we played against Real Madrid should be the way Liverpool play now throughout the rest of this season? Just put a yes or no in the chat. Let me know. And it was more of a 4-3-3, not a 4-2-3-1. It was more of a 4-3-3. I liked it. It worked. You know, that Premier... There's one thing I've complained about all season. I've complained about this all season. Slot broke up a Premier League winning midfield too quickly. It's a Premier League winning midfield. You don't need to break that up straight away. And you've probably found how to play Wirtz now. Play Wirtz out on the left, but you know, Wirtz didn't stay on the left-hand side. Wirtz had a free role. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Wirtz weren't a left winger. He was on the left-hand side of a formation, but Wirtz was allowed to roam. Most of the time, Wirtz started off the left, but he would be central. He'd be on the right. He was allowed to roam. We gave him license. You know, we didn't, just hog time into a central midfield position and go, right, you got to just play here and, you got to do your defensive duties and play deeper and stuff like that. He doesn't need to do that. Give Wirtz a license. Look how much better Wirtz was yesterday with that license to find space and get into that space and play. Wirtz was incredible yesterday. I know Wirtz didn't get any GA, all right, because we all look at GA all the time. But Wirtz's performance yesterday was fantastic. Also, I thought Dominic Szoboszlai covered the most distance yesterday. Apparently, Wirtz did. Wirtz covered the most distance. So, yeah, I like Cody Gakpo, but Wirtz gives me more on that left-hand side because he can press. We saw that yesterday. His pressing was amazing. And then he's got ability on the ball, man. He has ability on the ball. It's the way we need to play now. That's our 11 for this season, I agree. That 11 that played against Real Madrid at this moment in time, for me, is our best 11. And then we've got good options off the bench. Now, Isak's meant to be back for the City game, so Isak could be on the bench. Gakpo on the bench. Chiesa on the bench. These are good players off the bench, man. Curtis Jones off the bench. Kirkes off the bench. Joe Gomez off the bench. That's a quality bench, guys. Can you imagine having that bench? That 11 that played against Madrid is our best 11 right now. Yeah? And then I can look at the bench and go, right, I've got an Isak there. I've got a Gakpo there. I've got a Chiesa there. I've got an Endo there. I've got a Gomez there. I've got a Kirkes there. Mohamed Ashuli will be on the bench when Alisson comes back. Do you know what I mean? That bench is immense. That bench is immense. But when the chat's like, yeah, this is the way we should play. It suits our football. Personally, I don't think this is the way Slot wants to play, right? I think Slot wants to play the way we have been playing, where it hasn't been good. I actually think that's the way Slot wants to play. But I think Slot's going, no, deep down, that the way we played against Villa, the way we played against Man City, against Real Madrid, is the correct way to play for us right now. Yeah, you got Leone, Ali, Frimpong, Isak, all to come back. They're going to be on the bench, man. That all of a sudden, you look at that squad and go, shit, that's a good squad. And I'll keep saying this as well. Arsenal probably have the best squad in the Premier League. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend they don't, right? But I actually think Liverpool have the most quality. I actually think Liverpool have the most quality going forward. Wirtz, Salah, Isak, Gakpo, and Ekitike and Chiesa going forward for me is the best quality in the Premier League. I think that's the best quality of players in that front end of the pitch in the Premier League. I think Arsenal got the best all-round squad, but that attacking, when it clicks and gets right, because, we can see that the players are good and they can do a job. That for me is the best quality. It might not show this season, right, because of what's happened so far, but I think next season and the season after that, then players are going to show their qualities, man. I mean, Ekitike is fucking unreal. And he's only 22, ain't he? We know Isak's a quality player. It hasn't gone well for him yet, but we know Isak's quality, yeah? We know Wirtz is quality. We know what Salah is. Cody Gakpo, he's a bit hit and miss. We get that, but he can score important goals. He's got a knack of doing it. Yeah, I think there's quality in this Liverpool team, but I'm going to say Slot's got to play this way now. You guys all agreeing with it in the chat. Big up my man Nick in the chat. I'd like to know from Nick as well, because Nick's been very strong as well on this whole Slot situation as well, like we all have. Nick, I asked the chat as well. Let me know, man. The way we played against Madrid, you know, that counter-pressing, counter-attack system, defensively better, aggressive. Is that the system we should go with now for the rest of the season? Because it suits the players we have. It might not be what Slot wants to do, but I think Slot's got to bite the bullet here and just go, it's not what I want, but it works, and keep with it, personally. Total Clip says, for fuck's sake, why didn't we play like this versus Chelsea, Bradford United? We would have had an extra 9 points. I agree, man. I agree. And that's why I've been so outspoken, and why a lot of us have been so outspoken, because this is what I've been trying to say. I think, I personally, I think this is how we should be playing. We've got the ability to do that. And you know what? I believe Slot, this is one thing why I've been so angry at the manager, why I've been saying I want him gone this season, is because I believe, and I've always said it, that there is a quality coach there. And he's letting himself down. He's letting himself look like an idiot to everybody. Because I do believe there's something about him that's there. Yes, this might not be the football he wants to play, but he understands. Surely he has to understand now, as Nick says here, this is basically in our DNA. This is in our DNA now. We press. We were one of the best pressers, if not the best pressing team in world football not too long ago. We used to choke people with our pressing. You know, we played 4-3-3 yesterday. We played 4-3-3 against Villa. We played 4-3-3 against Madrid. The level against Madrid was better than the level against Villa because they got used to playing that style again. You can tell. It was the first time as well, and I saw all 11 players play with a smile on their face. All the players looked a lot happier playing that style, in that 4-3-3 counter-pressing formation system setup, because they were allowed to be aggressive. Szoboszlai wants to be aggressive. Gravenberch wants to be aggressive. Ekitike wants to be aggressive. Wirtz wants to be aggressive. Let them be aggressive. They're capable of it, man. They're capable of it. That's what they want to play like. And guess what? When they get the ball, guess what? These players are so good. When they can get the ball, they can make things happen. We went from Gagan pressing to Gigity. Exactly. We try to play this. Look, Pep Lijnders tried it with Liverpool for 2 years, playing this total Dutch football where you play slowly out from the back and stuff like that, and you play all around the pitch in that U-shape system where you play all around the pitch, yeah? Right? That's what Pep Lijnders tried to do for 2 years at Liverpool under Klopp, yeah? It bored us all to tears. It didn't work, yeah? Slot didn't really do it last year. He played the counter-pressing system, which we played against Villa and City, and it worked. And then in January, he went, you know what? I'm sick of playing this now. I want to play the Dutch football way. And it didn't work. The difference is amazing to me. Liverpool's DNA is built in this. Look at the players we've bought. All the players we bought, if you look at it, Kirkes, what's Kirkes great at? Kirkes is aggressive, yeah? He's aggressive. He's a pace merchant, and he loves getting up and down, right? They love playing up and down. Play that way, yeah? Play that way, right? Let him play that way. Kirkes doesn't want to get the ball and start playing slow passes in the back line and into the midfield. You're asking a player to do something. Play the way he wants to play. Play aggressive. The problem is, Jamie, a lot of the teams aren't going to play against us the way Villa and Madrid did. Still need to see us against low blocks and long balls. True, but if we're playing that aggressive way with the midfield and the defence a lot closer together, we'll be able to counter them long balls better. Because, you know, if your defence and midfield are like this close to each other, if there's long balls, you can deal with it better. Long balls are always going to catch teams out, no matter who you are. It's going to catch you out sometimes. But when before, our midfield was here and our defence was here, and we had that massive massive empty circle in the middle of our pitch, didn't we? So long balls would just go into that constantly. So we can squeeze up a little bit more. Yeah, we can squeeze up a little bit more. You know, yes, we've got to deal with the long balls, but you know what it is? It's winning the second ball back in long balls. Because you've got to remember, we're long balls. What's the percentage of times a team that plays a long ball finds their own player? Not a lot. But what they do, they win the second ball against us, and then we're in trouble. What Liverpool have got to do better now is be aggressive, and they've got to win the second ball back. If Liverpool can win the second ball back a lot of the time, Liverpool go to counter that long ball system, and in time, they're going to get better and happier at doing it. Liverpool did it last season. Teams played long balls against Liverpool. I know Slot goes on about this long ball thing. Teams played long balls against Liverpool last season, you know, but Liverpool played a system. I think what Slot forgets, last season between August last year and January last year, Christmas time last year, teams played long balls against Liverpool, but Liverpool was so much better set up defensively. They dealt with it better. That's the thing. It's that counter pressing. It's winning the second ball. It's being aggressive. You know, and if you haven't got them gaps in the middle of midfield, you can win the second ball back. Because if your defence is here and your midfield is here, and people will put that long ball in, you're not going to win second balls back. You have to get tight. You have to get in that compact system. If you can get really compact, you're not, look, as I said, like, say, I don't know, we play Man City, right? And they're playing about 40 long balls in the first half. How many of them 40 long balls actually get to a Man City target straight first? About 5% of the time. But 80% of the time, Man City might win the second ball, and then we're fucked. That's when we're in trouble. If Man City are playing, I don't know, 80 long balls in the first half, but Liverpool wins 60% of the second ball, then Liverpool are not going to get in trouble and concede the goals like we have all season. Liverpool got to be aggressive, and against low blocks is different. Liverpool got to play more of an attack, play quicker. Just got to play quicker. When you're playing against a low block, you've got to play with pace, and you've got to play the balls down the wide channels. You've got to do a lot of crossing into the box, but you've got to move the ball quicker against low blocks. What Liverpool have been doing this season against low blocks is to play 27 passes and then give it to Salah. You know, what we should do is maybe play 3 passes and give it to Salah. So he's in space a lot quicker. You know, if you're playing a low block, you want to make the space. You want to make the space available quicker. So if Salah's in space, play 1 pass over to him. Don't play 7. You know, playing it out so slowly. Because you get, you know, if you're playing against a low block and a team, say like Burnley, right? When Burnley were playing Liverpool would get, Virgil Konate would be on the ball, Virgil Konate would be on the ball. Virgil will play a ball to Konate. Konate will then play the ball back to Virgil. Virgil will play it back to Mamardashvili. Mamardashvili will play it out to Kirkez, We've gone nowhere, but we've made 5 passes. Burnley, in that 5 passes, have gone deep into their low block shape, and there's no room. There's no space. Salah's got no space. Cody Gakpo's got no space. Ekitike's got 0 space. But if you give the ball to Virgil, and Virgil does a 60-yard diag to Salah, who's in space, gets that ball, all of a sudden, Salah's got 3 yards of space around him. Ekitike drops, makes space. Someone moves into that space. All of a sudden, in 4 passes, you've probably got more opportunity to score. That's been Liverpool's downfall against. We don't move the ball quick enough. Against Villa and against Real Madrid in the last 2 games, we have moved the ball quicker. When you move the ball quick, you cause the opposition trouble, no matter who it is you play. You know, Liverpool should have. You know, if I told you last night Liverpool should have won 4-0, I don't think it's an underestimated quote. We should have won 4-0. You know, Courtois had one of his games again against Liverpool, as he always does. You know, in a quality game. He's a world-class goalkeeper. Anyone else in goal yesterday, Liverpool probably win 4-0. And we would have sat there and gone, it's well deserved. Madrid got, you know what I'm saying? Well deserved. Liverpool, I'd like to see us play this system against a team that will play long balls, and we'll see that after the international break. I think City will be a little bit more direct because they like to get the ball up to Haaland quickly, and then Haaland can lay it off to your Fodens and stuff like that, as you saw today in a 4-1 win against Borussia Dortmund. So I'd like to see how Liverpool, this system sets up against long balls, but I don't want Slot. My worry is, Slot played like this because he knows Aston Villa and Manchester, and Real Madrid do not play this long ball system. Yeah. So he set up in this system because he knew they weren't going to play long balls. He has to stay with this system now, no matter what. Even if he feels like, oh, you know, I've got to do this, I've got to do it. Stick with this now, Slot. You obviously know you can do this. And this is what bugs me. Because Arne Slot's not a fit guy. He's not stupid. He's an intelligent guy. He knows this works. The way we're playing works, right? This is what suits the players. They want to be aggressive. You know, he can show that he can keep clean sheets. With 2 clean sheets in a row now against Villa and Real Madrid. Everyone thought we were going to lose to both teams. I thought it. You know, the way we've been playing. You know, Aston Villa beat Manchester City the week before we played them. We play them, clean sheet. Real Madrid, everyone thought they were going to beat us 3 or 4-1. It's going to be a difficult game. Beat them 1-0 clean sheet. Now, yes, both games were at home. You know, there is that Anfield factor. I get it. But Man United beat us at Anfield. Do you know what I mean? Man United beat us at Anfield. We didn't play like... If we played like this against Real Madrid, against Man United, we would have won 6-0. Not even an over-exaggeration. We'd have battered them. And that's what fucking annoys me. That's what annoys me. Do you know what I mean? That's what annoys me the most. Be up, Nick. He says, Jay, he will look even more of a good manager if he sticks with what works. Exactly. Jamie Slot said after the game, we only played like this because of Mbappe and Vinny. Well, I think we play like this against Man City then, because Man City have got quick wingers as well in Doku and Silvinho. So I think we'll probably play the same way against Man City because of their wingers as well. But that's my worry. This is why I'm taking one game at a time, guys. I'm happy at the moment. I was happy against Villa because we got the win. Happy against Real Madrid because we got the win. But I need to see this continue, yeah, before I get too excited about everything. I'm excited about the win when we win and the situation we're in. So I'm taking it one at a time. But when I hear comments like this, that makes me worry. Look, you can tweak things. You know, I think sometimes what you need to do, right, when you're going through such a losing spell and the team is void of any kind of performances and they've all got their heads down, they all feel defeated and dejected as soon as the kickoff happens, yeah, and there's nothing you can do about it. What sometimes you've got to do as a manager is go away from your principles. Just go away from your principles for a little while to get the team back on track. Go and play another system and another way of playing that you know is not the way you want to play, but it's going to get the team back on track. It's going to make the players happier, and we go get some wins again and keep some clean sheets. You know, all managers have had to do that. And then you can maybe go back to what you want to play in a few weeks' time when the team have got a bit more morale about them and you change things up. I get it. But surely Slot watched that game today. He's gone back and watched that game today, which he probably has. I'm sure him and his staff have gone back and watched that Real Madrid game again today, yeah. Surely watching that and talking to his coaching staff, he's like, look how happy the players are. Look how aggressive the players are. You know, look at the pressing. Look how much better we are in defensive third. Look how much better defensively we are in their transition with their players. You know, Liverpool didn't concede a goal against Real Madrid with Mbappe's and Vinny Juniors and Rodrigo's and Arda and Tchouaméni's and Camavinga's and Jude Bellingham's in that team. Liverpool didn't concede a goal. Liverpool conceded one chance in the whole match to Real Madrid. Real Madrid only had one big chance the whole game, and that was the Jude Bellingham shot. That was it. If I told you 2 weeks ago, guys, that Liverpool would only concede one big chance against Real Madrid and would win 1-0, everyone would probably call me a liar. So surely Slot's got to look at that and go, that works. So let's do that against City on Sunday. Let's play like we did against Madrid against City. Yeah? Haaland and Mbappe, the two best strikers in the world, set up similar. You look at Vinny, you look at an Arda or a Rodrigo who's ever played on the wide areas, very similar to a Silvinho or a Doku. Yeah? Play exactly the same way. Don't change it. And in Liverpool, with their quality up front, Ekitike, Salah's, Wirtz's, Gakpo's, whoever's playing, with the quality we have up front, they will get chances and score. I just want to see Liverpool have something here that they can grab hold of and go for it. You know what I'm saying? My favourite part of the whole game was Kaiser taking a piss at the end. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, look, Salah. Do you know what it is? Salah's played not very well. Look, we're all grown-ups here. We can all admit. We all love Mo Salah, yeah. He hasn't played well this season. And he's in bad form. I do think there's a part of it that is the way we play. Don't think it suits Mo. Playing very slowly, playing 27 passes, and then it gets to Mo and he's got no space. Mo Salah wants space. So the best way to play to Mo Salah is to play quickly. It's easy as that. Big up my man Scraps. It's as easy as that. Ekitike wants space. Wirtz wants space. Salah wants space. Cody Gakpo wants space. Alexander Isak wants space. Any attacker wants space. Yeah? All attackers want space. But if you're playing 27 passes and then it gets to your attacker, then what are you meant to do? They've got no space. But if you play 2 passes or 3 passes and you play it quicker, and Salah or Wirtz get hold of the ball and they've got space around them, guess what? They go look better for it, ain't they? They go look better players because they got space, because you're getting the ball out to them quicker. And that's what we did against Aston Villa, and it's what we did against Real Madrid. And I'm just hoping now that's what Arne carries on doing, man. Just play it quick. Just move the ball quicker. We're so much better as a football team when we move that ball with pace, when we move the ball quickly. Far better football team. Far better. Yes, these fucking got a mozzie flying around. I just need to see us play against Man City, because if we play slowly against Man City and the midfield gets too advanced and you leave that massive gap in the middle again, City are going to beat us. They are. They've got too much quality going on, man. Got too much going forward. But if you play how quick we played against Real Madrid with that great defensive block, yeah, playing that mid block and counter pressing, yeah, go for it, man. Salah had a good game yesterday, man. It wasn't his best game. He had a good game. Him and Carrera's had a good battle out there. Carrera's a good fullback. Got the better of him a few times. Salah got the better of him a few times. It was a good battle out there. I enjoyed it. He just needs to find some form again. It's not going to be quick for Salah. He's 33 now. Can't expect Salah to be the 27-year-old Salah when he's 33. You know what I'm saying? So, but we've got to play quicker to him if he's going to play. I thought Ekitike was excellent. Ekitike. The one thing I say about Ekitike, I think at times he's trying a little bit too hard. I think he played. Ekitike tried a little bit too hard at times, taking shots when he should have passed, and then passing when he should have shot, that kind of thing. But Ekitike's play low. I tell you what, Ekitike and Wirtz's build-up play together is awesome. I don't know who said it, but I got you cunt. There you go. Die. Sorry, I just killed that mozzie. That's fucking me off. Like everyone's saying, if you're going to play Wirtz, you need to play Isaac. Fuck that. Ekitike and Isaac have a great chemistry. See that? What was that bit against Real Madrid? Was it in the second half when they did that 1-2 with each other for about 4 passes? I think they 1-2'd it to each other about 3 or 4 times. And then what Ekitike should have done was shot, but he said he went to pass it to Wirtz again and it got blocked out. Little things like that. They got a nice chemistry straight away, man. You know, they got good chemistry, man. Good chemistry. Good chemistry. Yeah, Ekitike's a baller, man. I like Isaac as well. Isaac's obviously a better goal scorer, but my God, at this moment in time, it's Ekitike's shirt. That's his position right now. Wirtz on the left, as I said, he didn't play as a left winger. He played as someone who had a free role that can roam around of the width of the 18-yard box. Loved it. Dominic Szoboszlai. Oh, fuck me. This Dominic Szoboszlai. Like, don't come at me here, guys. I'm going to just put this out there right now. If people can agree or disagree, Dominic Szoboszlai is top 5 best midfielders in world football right now. And it's as simple as that. I don't care. I'm going to gloss the shit out of him. Dominic Szoboszlai is an elite midfielder right now. I'm looking at midfielders around Europe right now. Obviously, you got your Pedris and stuff like that who are just different class. But top 5 central midfielders in the world right now, Dominic Szoboszlai is in there, man. Dominic Szoboszlai would have easily played for Real Madrid last night. Easily. Don't give me this Tchouaméni over Szoboszlai bullshit. Yeah? Szoboszlai takes Tchouaméni's spot if he plays for Real Madrid. Comfortably. Dominic Szoboszlai right now, it's mad. 1 minute I see him in our penalty box, yeah. 20 seconds later, he's in the opposition penalty box trying to get a shot off or get on the end of something. Then he's on the halfway line making a tackle. Then he's like in our final third, winning the ball back. Then he's on the halfway line playing a diagonal, and then he's in the box looking for a cross. Then he's linking up with Salah. Then he's linking up with Wirtz. It's just. He's incredible at the moment, man. He's absolutely Bellingham. Szoboszlai would be disgusting. It would be. Szoboszlai is out of this world right now. Szoboszlai is out of this world, right? And I have been saying, as you guys know, I've said it on other people's channels. They always laugh at me. I've been saying it for ages now. Dominic Szoboszlai is Liverpool's most important midfielder. Yeah, you can put Ryan Gravenberch in there, who's elite as well. But fuck me, Szoboszlai took the Wirtz signing personally. Out of all the players this season, all the new players coming in, Szoboszlai, don't get this wrong, guys. Wirtz came in to take Szoboszlai's position, right? Wirtz came in to take Szoboszlai's position. Szoboszlai took it personally. He took it personally. He went, fuck you, you taking my position. And he's outperforming most midfielders in Europe right now, comfortably. His play is excellent. You know, he's everywhere. Yes, does he get enough goals and assists? Maybe not. Do I care? No. He's an all-action midfielder. He's defending, he's attacking, he's passing, he's taking set pieces. He's doing everything right now. He can fucking play right back. He's played right back, the number 6, the number 8, the number 10. They're just the positions he's played this season alone. He's been great at every single one of them. Szoboszlai and Gravenberch as well, man. Gravenberch against Real Madrid went a little bit under the radar because everyone was talking about Szoboszlai, and rightly so. But Gravenberch yesterday, fantastic, man. I don't think many people have spoke about him because you didn't see much of Gravenberch yesterday, and that tells you he had a great game. Because he actually played DM yesterday. He was actually a defensive midfielder yesterday, yeah? That's what Gravenberch was yesterday. And you barely saw him in the game or anyone's mentioned him because that's what a DM should do. They go under the radar because he's just doing his job. Gravenberch was excellent. I'm telling you, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, they're different gravy right now. And we're better when them two play. We're just a better footballing team when them two play, man. And Gravenberch is I keep saying this, Gravenberch is the chain. He's the chain in our, the link in our chain. That's what Gravenberch is. He is the link in our chain. And when Gravenberch don't play, that link in our chain is broken. We have got good players, yeah, like Szoboszlai, obviously, Curtis Jones and things like that. But Gravenberch just gives you that something different. He's got energy. He can get up and down. He is a great ball carrier. Has he got that beautiful pass into him? No. Do I need Gravenberch to be an amazing passer? Not at all. I don't need Gravenberch to be this quality passer of a football. Because of his ball carrying is so good. His ball carrying takes 2 or 3 players out of a team. Right? And then he can give it simple. So I don't need him to be this quality, De Bruyne-like passer. I really don't. What he does is as good as anything. And then you got Dominic Szoboszlai's quality and energy. You got McAllister, who looked a bit more like, obviously, McAllister got the winner. McAllister needs to play further forward. There's no doubt about that. When McAllister sits back a little bit, you saw it yesterday. I don't know if anyone noticed this, yeah? One of Real Madrid's chances came when they just ran off McAllister. Because when McAllister plays a little bit deeper, he's not aware of midfield runners because it's not natural to him, yeah? Gravenberch is aware of midfield runners. That's why he gets a lot of interceptions. I like McAllister a bit further up the pitch. You get McAllister further up the pitch, he's a different footballer than being in that sitting pivot. In that sitting pivot, leave Szoboszlai and Gravenberch there. Even in that defensive three, in the three you want to play, whatever it is, leave Szoboszlai and Gravenberch as more of your deeper midfielders. Put McAllister a bit further forward where he's better at. Get Wirtz on that left-hand side, giving him that free role. That means McAllister and Wirtz are not going to get in each other's way. Yeah, you can't have McAllister and Wirtz central because they get in each other's way. But if you've got Wirtz off the left, given that free role like he had yesterday, they won't get in each other's way because they pick up the other person's space. So if Wirtz goes central, McAllister can go into the left. Yeah, if Wirtz stays out on the left, McAllister can stay in the central area. They don't get in each other's way. It's perfect. It works. I don't know why we didn't do it before. But that's a Premier League winning midfield. Midfield won the Premier League, and we've forgotten that too quickly. I think the manager forgot that too quickly, not us fans. That's the thing. Yeah, just keep it as it is, Slot, man. Keep it as it is, man. Mickey Van de Ven, the best ball carrier. Yeah, Mickey Van de Ven's goal was unreal, It was unreal. Ask Mickey Van de Ven to defend, and he don't look as good. Mickey Van de Ven will be a fullback, I think. I think Mickey Van de Ven's best at fullback with his pace and his ability to score goals and cross. As a centre-back, I think he's not great. Mickey Van de Ven as a fucking left-back could be serious, I'm telling you. That's why he plays left-back for the Netherlands, I think. He'd be serious there. Or if you're playing a back three, play Van de Ven as your left centre-back, yeah? Yeah, he's a serious player. I like Mickey Van de Ven, man. Good player. A big little 6-7. I didn't see you there, man. If we play compact and quick, passing like the Madrid game, and we lose games, fair play, but can't expect donut formation. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Yeah, one through over the top. Yeah, I'm with you, Sid. We've got to play that compact play. I'm with you, man. Mickey Van Ven's a Liverpool fan, is he? He's got DM with striker numbers. Well, didn't Rodri the year before his major injury get like 11 goals or something mad like that? Remember, Fabinho used to turn up with like 3 or 4 goals a season. What was that year that Fabinho got like 7 or 11 goals? Was it 11 goals that year? Fabinho got 1 year from a DM position because they got quality. So if they get an opportunity, they should take shots. You know what I mean? Gravenberch has got quality. If Gravenberch is like 20, 15 yards out, he's got the ability to score from there. So he should be taking shots. Quality footballers, man. Quality footballers. And that's what's pissed them off. So I think that's what's pissed all us Liverpool fans off. We have so much quality, but it's not being used properly. In the last 2 games, it's been used properly. And we've been better for it. No doubt about it. 2018 was it? There's pictures of Anfield. Sweet. But this is how I want. Look, I'm taking everything at the moment, 1 game at a time, guys. I'll get carried away for the game we played. So I'm getting carried away for the way we played against Madrid. I love it. I praise it. I'll give Slot all the praise in the world. Give the players all the praise in the world. I'm not going to get carried away. I need to see that against Man City now. If we beat Manchester City, but if we beat Villa, if we beat Villa, Real Madrid and Man City this week before international duty, and then after international duty, I think we got like Sunderland's and Fulham's and that of this world. We got quite an easy fixture list. I'll get excited. I ain't gonna lie. I'll get excited. You know, improvement all the time. This league ain't done. I know a lot of people think it's done. I don't think it's done yet. Look, Arsenal will have a sticky patch. They will lose a game or 2. It will happen. It's natural. It's football. Everyone loses games. And they will lose 1 or 2 games. Liverpool, if Liverpool can keep themselves at arm's reach, if Liverpool are at arm's reach around March, April time, and there's only like a 4-point gap, so there's only a 4-point gap between March and April time between us and Arsenal, yeah? It's game on. It's game on. But what Liverpool got to do, they've got to get this 7-point gap down, yeah? I think after the international break, I believe City have... Arsenal got some difficult games coming up. I think they got like Chelsea's, Bayern Munich's. They got the North London derby, stuff like that. They got some difficult games coming up. So Liverpool, this game against on Sunday is going to be absolutely massive. We have to win it. We have to win Sunday. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Big up to everyone. Guys, I'm going over to Callum Sanderson's channel now. We're going to be doing combat catch-up. We're going to be looking at all the latest UFC news and boxing news. So this is going to send you over there, guys. This is going to redirect you over to Cal's channel. Once you go over there, just go and hit a like and all that. Comment Jamie Phillips raid in the chat as well. Go and say Jamie Phillips raid in Cal's chat. I'm going to be over there. Me, Cal and Luke. In about 3 minutes' time, I'm going to be talking everything MMA and boxing. So I'll see you in about 3 minutes on Cal's channel. Go and raid that. So stay where you are, guys. It's going to take you straight over there. Jamie Phillips raid. I'll see you over on Cal's channel in about 2 minutes. Big